Wanted to talk about the real estate statistics here right from the get-go. And we talk about them every single month to keep people updated on what's going on in the marketplace, what's going on with home values, what's going on with home sales. The June 2013 statistics got released this week from the Greater Tampa Association of Realtors. And for the very first time in a really, really long time, our average sale price in Tampa got above $200,000. So $200,000 had been a target for our market, back in the heyday, but it fell back below that number and hovered in the mid 100s, even to the upper 100s recently. But the average sale price in June of 2013 was $204,602. So the average listing price was $210,000. So the average home is selling for 3% less than the asking price. So a 210 list, a 204 sale. 2.8 months of inventory. The average home sells in 65 days, and we had 2,361 home sales in June. Now, that was about a 10% drop from May, so we had over 2,500 sales in May. Comparatively, though, if you look at last year's statistics, June had 2,173 sales, June of 11 had 2,104, and June of 10 had 2,200. So even, looking at the consistency from the last 3 Junes, June's always one of our busiest months. This June was busier than the last 3, and but a slight drop from May in the number of transactions, but an increase in the in the price. So we definitely want to celebrate a little bit with the increase in the average sale price to $204,000. So comparatively, and I always like to throw this statistic out there. We tell our clients about it, and you hear Glenn Beck and Jack Harris, and you'll soon hear Ron Diaz on 620 WDAE talk about it too. But our statistics, we're getting above average. We're getting above the listing price right now on average. So on average, our homes are selling for just slightly below 1% above the asking price, and in 14 days compared to 65 in the marketplace. So our goal is getting more money and quicker sales for our clients, helping them net more money. 2.8 months of inventory, looking at that, that's the lowest figure that we've seen in over 5 years. So we are in a seller's market. If you are a buyer and you are out there buying a home, you can very likely predict that you're going to be competing with other buyers, and you need to be prepared to come in with a strong offer versus the low balls that you might be able to get away with a couple years ago, because the market is in a different place. I mean, you've got the sellers in the advantaged position. You've got the financing favorable to the buyer still with lower interest rates. They've come up a little bit, but nonetheless, it is a seller's market. Homes are selling more quickly. You can get less concessions from the seller. You're not going to get closing cost assistance as much. The builders aren't going to give you as much as they used to. You're in a market that's different, and prices are higher. So if you saw a home that you thought was worth something in June of 2012, it's worth more today on average. So, and again, that varies from neighborhood to neighborhood. That's one of the things I like about Buddy's website at guaranteedsale.com, is you can go and check out and see what's going on in your neighborhood. But ultimately, the important part about that and understanding it is that some of these statistics may be different for your neighborhood. We may not have seen as high of an increase in your neighborhood as we are across the market, because these are averages. They're not set in stone. Similarly, just like Buddy's website and any of the other major websites that are out there, it's important to understand that those are websites. They've not looked at your home. They've not determined a lot of the variables or the condition. One other thing I wanted to talk about when it comes to luxury homes, and you can see films of some of the luxury homes we do at TampaHomeVideos.com. We always give out that website. We do some really cool videos with actors on TampaHomeVideos.com. But the luxury market has roared back as well. More homes selling above $1 million in the first half of the year and in June than we'd seen last year, significantly more. List to sell price ratio of about 95%, where it was about 90% last year. And less inventory. We're at about 11 months of inventory for homes above $1 million compared to, a year ago it was almost double that. So certainly something to keep in mind. We've seen 83 homes so far this year in the Greater Tampa Association sell above $1 million, and that's significantly more than last year. But interestingly, of those 83, 22 of them were in June. So 1/4 of them of the 6 months were in June. So June has been the highest performing segment of our luxury market year to date. So again, you can see the statistics. We do post them. They'll be on our video, on our YouTube feed, and our Facebook channel. If you're curious about what's going on, we'll post a link to the actual statistics so you can kind of break them down and look at them. Again, the Facebook fan page is facebook.com/The Duncan Duo Show.